Welcome to WiDS Kenya Datathon 2024. I will start by describing the goal of WiDS. This Women in Data Science is part of the it's a regional event, but it's also part of the WiDS worldwide events that are hosted around the world. What our mission is, and which is also the mission that the whole world shares, is to strengthen the community. I wonder if all of us are part of WiDS Kenya community, but if you're not, don't worry, we will add you to the team. So we are here to strengthen our community in the field. We want to inspire almost all, if not all women, to join the field of data science. We would like to support them in there. And then we also believe that a team is not really a good one if it's not the one that embraces gender diversity, right? So we also would like to educate all data scientists regardless of gender. So this is why it's called WiDS, because it's more of supporting that percentage of women in the field, in the technical field, but also educating everyone regardless of their gender, right? So, and then it's more of networking and just feeling free in the field of data science. So this is the team that was behind planning of all this. It's not, it wasn't an easy thing. Like, we started all the way back in November, just trying to put things together, and the holiday, Christmas, just for us to be here at this time. So please clap for them. I know they are not here, all of them, but we get to know them. I don't know. Since we just have two present, could you just wave and just say hi? So Sam, you will start because you are the first one to join, to come in. Yes.
Okay. Hi, everyone. Yeah, I'm the guy there.
Yeah. So Sam is part of the team, and Diana, would you want to wave?
Yeah, so I'm Diana. I'll be speaking to you shortly.
Cool. Thank you very much for joining. Okay. And then this wouldn't have been possible without the help of all these orgs. We have in Microsoft, we have the three teams. We have Microsoft Garage that Lydia leads, and then we have Mari, which is my team, and then we have Microsoft. I mean, they allowed us to sit here and have this session here. Next session, we're going to have it in the University of Nairobi, so they were also kind enough. So through the support of all these our partners, we're here today, and they made it successful for us. So yeah, those are our partners. So I'd like to take you through our previous Datathon. This is not the first time we are hosting WiDS Datathon. This event started way back in 2019, 2015, the worldwide events, but there was no one in Kenya and even Africa to take part in start promoting these events here. So I joined WiDS. I joined WiDS. Oh my gosh, do we actually have the mic? But you guys can hear me, right?
Yeah.
And Gladys can also hear me, so it's cool. Yeah, so we started way back. I joined in 2021, and then I loved it because for me always, I love motivating people to join the fields that are heavily growing and impacting lives like data science, right? So the minute I saw the adverts, I mean, my manager also, director also really encouraged me to join and just lead this, because at that time I was the only data scientist. Of course, I'm still the only female data scientist in my team. So I decided to take this up and to just promote WiDS in Kenya. So we've hosted WiDS in, so I joined in 2020. So our first Datathon event was in 2022, and 2020, also last year we hosted WiDS. It's been a wonderful experience for me, because in 2022, we did everything virtual. We only had 30 participants, and they were all willing to learn, participate in the Kaggle Datathon challenge. But then in 2023, the numbers, we received like 10 times growth, right? From 30 to 300. So, and majority, we were so happy to see that majority were women and beginners in the field of data. So that was really great for us. And then we also saw like impactful transition from virtual to hybrid events. And then we had like partners from Moringa School and also from Moringa School, Kenya Airways, and Microsoft, of course. And then we've been having communications. Oh my gosh, I just realized she's always busy. Uh, s- uh, we've been communicating through Slack all that while, but this year we decided to, I think late last year, we decided to move to WhatsApp to encourage that communication. We also have we've been having like participants very much willing to learn, and it's been wonderful growth for us, with participants giving us very positive feedback, and you can see them, like I don't have to read them, and those were just a few. So if I can move on. Our datathon led to, now we only host this datathon workshop like once a year, and at the beginning of the year, like January, Feb, right? So our participants, they were just like, hey, so that was at the end of last year's datathon. They were like, are we all going to meet again in 2024? That was early last year. So we decided, why don't we create these monthly sessions where we come together, we learn, because it's, for us, it's just supporting people who are willing to learn data science. So we started these sessions. We call them WiDS Datathon. If you're not part of the community, we will add you. And then we've been hosting them. We just stopped late last year to break for Christmas, but we will resume after the WiDS session, usually I think around April, because we are hosting last WiDS session in March. You can find those, the recording, YouTube, and some tutorials like slides and so forth in our GitHub page. So our last year's challenge was focused on climate change, AI for climate change, right? It was really interesting, awesome data set. It was also hosted on Kaggle. How many people are familiar with Kaggle? Kaggle, I mean, if you are not familiar with it, it is okay. We will tell you what it is. I mean, we are here for beginners actually in the field so that we can teach them all these things. So that was last year's challenge. So before I introduce this year's challenge, would you please give me a minute to call Lydia? So before we introduce this year's challenge, let's just welcome Lydia. Lydia is our garage leader, as I told you. She's going to give us some motivation before getting started. Over to you, Lydia.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. Why are you sitting because of the people online?
No, you can just I can control the lesson.
Yes. Please do that for me.
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry.
No.
So
Yeah, sorry. I know it was supposed to start a bit earlier because I had another event for this year's hackathon winners. But anyway, here we are, and I'm so glad to see all of you. How many were here last year for a similar event? You were? So a few people. Okay. So my name is Lydia Karanja. I lead the Microsoft Garage East Africa. And the Garage is a program that promotes a culture of innovation at Microsoft. What we do a lot of hackathons, ideathons. We bring people together to brainstorm, innovate, and learn. So we are not measured by the number of successful projects that come out of the Garage, but rather by the number of engagements and learning opportunities that we provide to Microsoft employees and the ecosystem. So in today's, okay. Yeah, today I just wanted to just give you a little example of what we do at Microsoft. Microsoft being a big company and with the amount of growth that the company is having right now, we must be doing something right? And that is our culture. I believe what has led Microsoft to be where we are today is the culture that we have as a company. And this is a culture that you can start exercising regardless of whether you own a company or you're a manager, but this is something that you can start doing personally because we have tried it and it's working for us. So the first aspect of our culture is growth mindset. And this means, maybe before I tell you what I know growth mindset means, can we have a volunteer to tell me what do you think growth mindset is? Yes.
According to said, growth mindset is a mind that is open to learning
new things. Awesome. Yes, that is true. What else? Yes.
Accommodating change.
Accommodating change. Amazing. Any other aspect of growth mindset? Yes.
Iterative improvement.
I love that. Iterative improvement. Something else. There's a word I'm looking for that has not been mentioned. One of my favorite words. I know you cannot read my mind, but just say what is in your mind. What do you think? What other aspect of growth mindset is there? He alluded to it, yes?
innovative.
Oh yeah, being innovative. You cannot be innovative if you don't have a growth mindset, but there's something else. One last person, yes?
Hi.
Sorry. Someone online wants to tell us?
Oh, let's
Yes. Adaptability.
Adaptability, of course. Sorry, we cut you short, you're saying?
Well, I think also like that word on what he said, first you have to have metrics. So you have to have, my growth looks like, you have to pin out your growth 1, 2, 3, 4. And each and every time, align your mindset to that plan that you have. And whenever you like achieve something, you appreciate yourself. If you don't get it, you get it wrong, you have to go back and analyze what you did wrong, but still battering yourself and grow.
Amazing, I love that. And the word I was looking for is failure. Failure is not something to be avoided or to be feared. It's something to be embraced. When you come to the garage, we tell you, we expect you to fail. You should not, when you fear failing, you'll never be innovative because you're always looking towards perfection. When you have an idea, you think, that's not such a good idea. So, but if you don't fear failure, you let your mind go wild. And when you have wild ideas, that's where the great innovations come from. So part of growth mindset is embracing failure and knowing that failure is essential to learning. So if you're in a position of mentoring someone or being a manager, you should never punish anyone for failing. And if you're new in a company, you're learning something, don't be afraid of failing. I don't think anyone, well, at least at Microsoft, you'll never be fired because of failing. We actually have sessions that are called Celebrating Your Failure. And people come and talk about this month, this is how I've failed. And we celebrate that because when you fail, you've just learned one way that will not work, meaning you'll not repeat that next time, right? So when I joined Microsoft as an intern, and I was still in my 4th year. I was in Multimedia University. Oh, who else was from Multimedia? Awesome. I hope to work with you one day. Anyway, I was so much afraid of failing because that's what our education system teaches us. We are graded. If you fail, you get less grades and then you're not smart. Since we were little kids, we've always been taught to be number one and be perfect, which is impossible to achieve. So I was given a task when I joined Microsoft. And that task was from the then regional manager. And it was difficult for me. I did not know how to create nice PowerPoint presentations. I didn't know much. I was just from uni. And I was so much afraid. And I came to his office. My mouth was dry. I was shaking. And he's like, what's happening? I told him, I have tried my best. this is the presentation I came up with, but I don't think it's good enough for you to use for your regional meeting. Because he asked me to create a PowerPoint presentation that he will use for his monthly regional meeting. And as an intern, you cannot say no. So I had to go through previous presentations, do my best, but I could still tell this is not up to it. He looked at me and told me, hey, Lydia, you're an intern. I expected you to fail. That was one of the most liberating messages anyone has ever told me. And that is what made me decide this is the company I want to work for. I am not afraid to fail. You know, when you're an intern, you are sending an email, you write, check if there's a full stop. Surely. So what? Send that email. If you've said something wrong, the person will give you feedback. Take the feedback. Your next email will be better. The next one will be better. So do not be afraid of failing, but learn from those failures and use them to become better. So the other aspect is customer obsession. That's easy because we believe that the customer is the boss, and everything we do when we are innovating, we have the customer needs in mind. We don't start innovating by doing what we think is right. We listen to customers and we help them achieve their goals. So we have something called the Microsoft annual hackathon that happens every year in September, and we invite customers to hack with us. For example, today I'm hosting Kenya Red Cross at the garage. Last year they came, gave us a challenge, and we got Microsoft employees to volunteer for a whole week to help Kenya Red Cross with the challenge that they were experiencing. And you know what? We were number 2 globally. Out of over 10,000 projects that were presented during the hackathon, there was a category of hack with NGOs, which had over 2,000 projects. And Kenya Red Cross was number 2 globally. And that shows you that as Kenyans, we are very innovative. We are very smart, by the way. And we have what it takes to compete in global arenas and still emerge at the top. So today we are celebrating with them and also coming up with ways of continuing to work on their project to a pilot stage and to a stage where we give the whole project to them. When we hack with the NGOs, after finishing our hackathon, the NGO owns the final project. And so we are so much customer obsessed. The other one is diversity and inclusion. This aspect of our culture means that you come as you are. There's this thing about bringing your authentic self to work. If I had time, I would dwell into that. But whatever makes you unique is what makes you valuable. So even when you start working on the challenge that Millicent is going to give you, don't do something like so and so. If you're in a group and you're a psychologist, bring your psychological mind into that. Look at it from maybe a behavioral perspective. If you're an accountant, that's your area of expertise. So whenever you're hacking, look for a team of diverse people. If you're a software engineer, don't hack with software engineers only. Look for someone in HR, someone in security, in marketing. When people bring their diverse views, that's when you're able to get high quality projects. As one Microsoft, we always work as one. Millicent is in Mari, I am in the garage, someone is in sales, but at the end of the day, we all come together as one and we work together, we hack together, we face these challenges together, and that's what makes us strong. So when you're dealing with a Microsoft employee, what you hear from me is what you hear from someone in sales, from a software engineer, because we are all working towards a common goal. And we believe when we embrace all that, we are able to make a real difference. So this just explains more about our culture of growth mindset, but I think you can take a picture and just go into it, but I think I've dwelled enough on what growth mindset is and why we embrace growth mindset as Microsoft. And this was brought in by when Satya Nadella became CEO back in 2014. We never used to be a great company before that. but he's one CEO who brought a cultural change in the company. If you've not read his book, hit refresh. I'm sure it's readily available out there. You can look for that book and you'll get to understand how Satya was able to transform the whole culture of Microsoft and to make us one of the greatest companies to work in. So this is why we believe in, why we have the garage, is because we believe that growth mindset is critical to our ability to innovate, as I mentioned, and compete in a dynamic industry. Because when you come in, you're not afraid of failing, you're embracing each other, you welcome each other's ideas, then that's how we are able to become an innovative company. Sometimes when people bring in projects during the hackathon, like this year in Kenya, we had, I think, almost 70 projects. We are about 500 employees. 90% took part in the hackathon. We had almost 70 projects from Kenya. But how many projects will be moving forward? Probably 10. What about the other 60? Do we say we have failed? No. We say that those are employees who stepped out of their comfort zone, worked on something, got to work with each other, and that is still a win. That is still a win for us. And our hypothesis at the garage is because we believe that the best companies create a culture where employees are empowered to develop their ideas and solve a common problem. Let me ask you a question. Who works for a company that has an innovation department? You do? You do? So what's the work of the innovation department?
Well, I've not had a chance to be there, but I work in a company that deals with customers and products, so they come up with products for the customers, basically.
Thank you for that. Whenever I host customers in the garage, and mostly the leadership team, I always challenge them. Why do you have an innovation department? Don't you believe good ideas can come from anyone in the company? I just think it's ridiculous that a set group of people are mandated with coming up with innovations for the company. I mean, if you're a salesperson or a marketing person, you know what the market needs and what you're lacking. You should be empowered to bring in your idea and create the next big product for your company. So I hope with time we will learn in the companies where we work in, challenge the leadership. Or if you own your own company, empower your people to become innovative. And how you do that, don't punish them for failing, give them a platform where they can freely express their ideas. And those are the garage guiding principles. I believe that's almost the last leg. These are the guiding principles that we have at the garage. So the first one, I just mentioned it, good ideas can come from anywhere, whether it's an intern or someone who has been in the company for a long time. Your receptionist, there's something she sees, and if you change that thing, maybe that thing will help you generate more revenue. So anyone can have a great idea. This thing of thinking only the leadership team can innovate should stop. And I believe everyone should be empowered to come up with those ideas. And I like that you're participating in this datathon and coming together. You're being empowered to come up with ideas. And you should take that spirit to wherever you work and empower your fellow employees or your employees if you have a company to express their ideas and see if there's a way that you can help them move those ideas forward. Diverse teams create better outcomes. I've mentioned that. Don't just hack with people who look like you, who think like you. Look for people who are as diverse as possible. I have been in hackathons where there's a doctor, there's an electrician, there's a software engineer, there's someone from marketing, and such a team ends up winning because of the diversity of thinking. Failure is essential to learning. I could never emphasize on this. Do not fear failing. And I'm so sorry if you work for a company that does not condone failure, but maybe you need to come up with a way of voicing this and letting even your management know. If you fail, it means you're trying something new. Because when you do something every day, then maybe you will not fail. But when you step out of your comfort zone, that's where failure comes in, and it should be embraced. So we are there to collaborate and forge new relationships within the company and the ecosystem. And we encourage people to explore their creativity. We are doers, not talkers. And in that spirit, I have invited you and other members of this to come to the garage for a session of AI-powered innovation. I'll take you through what is Microsoft's approach to innovation, but how are we now using AI to innovate? And you'll find that with AI, something that would have taken you 6 months could take you 2 hours. So I'll be happy to showcase that to you and for you to get a glimpse of what is the garage and what do we do there. And the last principle, we believe that boss does not know best. If you are a great manager or a leader, you should be able to embrace ideas from everyone within your company. You should not be the final say, because maybe that next big thing you're looking for is sitting somewhere with an intern. And with that, thank you so much. Thank you. And I hope to see you.
No, so let's just talk about it properly. So this is the first of the 3 series of WiDS workshops that we are hosting. Our third workshop, the second one we are going to UN, right? And then the third one, we are going to have a session with Lydia at the garage, Microsoft Garage. Guys, it's going to be amazing. It's going to be awesome. It was Lydia's kindness to invite us, and I was like, thank you very much. We are going to be very happy. So thank you very much, Lydia. So we are going to thank her in a very proper manner.
Wow.
Your wonderful, great insights from Lydia. Thank you, and thank you very much, Lydia.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
1, 2, 3. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much, Lydia.
Okay, thank you.
I'm coming for the session. I'm also part of the Kenya Red Cross team that she talked about.
Yeah.
And we are going to celebrate our win. So
Awesome. Okay, see you guys.
bye. Thank you. So that's been our motivation session. I just want to go straight to invite Diana, who is going to talk about this year's challenge. Let's take it away. Dan, you actually have the phone. Where's the phone? Oh yeah, it was hers. Thank you.
Yeah, so hi everyone. Diana. We'll interact and get to know each other. So this year's challenge is equity in healthcare. So you'll find that most of these challenges are in line with SDGs. So anything to do with the SDGs, that's what they'll alternate year after year. So if you're there last year, you kind of have a feel of the climate world and what people in the geospatial industry do. So today we get into my industry. I am an associate data scientist at a pharmaceutical company called Roche. So I was so happy to see this when it was announced, and not just any challenge, but one of the most aggressive diseases that impact women, a very small percentage of men, and that's dealing with triple negative breast cancer, not just triple negative breast cancer, but metastatic triple negative breast cancer. So what we'll be doing for this year, we'll be trying to predict if a person was able to get diagnosis. So there's a difference between screening and diagnosis when it comes to the patient journey. So when you walk into a clinic, the first thing that happens is you get screened. After you're screened, they now check if you have a tumor or not. Now that tumor, for it to actually be detected if it's cancerous or not, that's now what we call the diagnosis aspect. So how long did it take before the diagnosis happening? Within 90 days. Because remember, cancer really progresses super fast, and then metastatic TNBC, maybe click on this, the metastatic TNBC is super progressive. So any delays within the patient's journey, you get into later stages. So that's the challenge for this year. And looking at if someone actually got the cancer diagnosis within 90 days of screening happening. So how the data looks like, I think we can't present, but you guys will get to see this. So you're supposed to sign up. You've already signed up, first of all, for Kaggle, and you've got the notification that the data is now out. So Gilead is the one that is a biopharmaceutical company that's in States. So they're the ones who are kind enough to bring out this data set. So you'll find some of the variables will be age as usual. Age does matter in terms of the cancer stages that you have, and the age has already been binned for you. So you'll find it in the age 20s, 30s, etc., etc. And then you'll also find some of the, it's no weird just thinking from my head. Another column, oh yes, ICD codes. You'll also see that you'll see some of the codes. You don't really need to go into that. So ICD codes, that's what doctors use. So international classification, disease codes, right? So instead of putting in diarrhea, because everyone can misspell and all that, so they use codes for that. And there are codes for TNBC, there are codes for any other type of cancer, because there are different types of breast cancer. So you'll see that on there. And what you expected to come up with as the end result, there's a column, I think Brian will demonstrate how to use Kaggle. There's a place where you'll see the summary of what is expected as after you've done your predictions, right? So what is expected, you're supposed to create a probability of 0.5 if a person, so you're only supposed to return 2 columns. So the patient ID and then the probability column. So this is what will be used to metric you against other competitors. So this second column, the probability, is now what your model will be predicting. So against the probability of 0.5, did this person get diagnosis being done after treatment before or after 90 days? And as usual, your data set is split into 2 already. Because this is Kaggle, everything is cleaned up for you. Quite a lot will be very clean. So we already have your test and your training data set split out for you on there. And then you'll be competing globally in case this is your first time competing with the Datathon. So far, we've not had any African or Kenyan winning. And what is up for grabs this year is 2,000 and something USD. So you know the rate of the dollar right now. So do the math. So yeah, try your best. It will be really something fun, and I hope it will be super helpful. So also with the columns, I'd also advise you guys to go try out the data set. Try understanding the challenge, because next week we'll be bringing in, I don't want to preempt, a doctor who has specialization in that area. So it's better if you already have questions for her. We all know data scientists cannot work without domain experts, right? So make sure you try playing around with this data set, try understanding it over and over again, try see what is, especially during the EDA aspect, try see how it's behaving, so that when we come in next week, we have questions for her and she can get to help us understand why our model is behaving, how we can make it a bit better. So it's for you to take up what she's saying and kind of, what do we call it, translate it into a manner where you can use it. Because I think last year, the domain expert for them climate really helps a lot in understanding why some columns might be necessary or not in your data set. We have a total of 82 columns here, so play around with them. Try and see just roughly what correlates with our target column. Our target column is 0s and 1s, so 0 and 1 if someone got diagnosis before 90 days or not. So that's what our target column kind of looks like. Yeah, so, and then BMI, gender, race is also there. So those are just some of the field, but please make sure you access this and try and look into it. I think I've said the majority of what I wanted to, unless there are any questions.
We have questions
about the challenge. Yeah.
Thinking of something else to like add top of the points. But yeah, that's basically what we are going to be doing, and she explained it all. I wonder if we've registered though. do not worry about it. Like if you haven't registered, don't worry. We are here today. We are all going to go home registered. So, but how many have registered and how many have seen the challenge? Perfect.
Oh, yeah, that's
This is awesome because as she said, oh, awesome. Even online, we have people who have registered. Thank you very much, guys. So what you need to do, just go through everything. Like she said, in every data science problem, we need, okay, as we are good at building those models and to extract those patterns in the data and stuff like that. But sometimes we get to not understand our data, right? We get not to really understand the domain in which our data comes from, right? So like Diana said, and I told you before, we had a challenge in climate change previously. And even myself, I didn't know what was happening. But then the domain expert at that time really helped us. And we had so many questions. So if you've seen the data set and like all these 82 columns, variables, don't worry about them, just play around with them. Feature engineering, what is working for you, let it work. It's just the first week. Let's ask those questions to the domain experts next week, right? So thank you very, very much. We are going to invite Brian Aholi. We are excited that he just joined. So he's going to take us through the next step.
Yeah.
Not unless we have questions for Diana, please. Now that we've seen the data, like any question, please ask, but it shouldn't be technical because today is just onboarding, guys, no pressure. Just if you have like some light question, like, yeah, Diana will be very happy to answer, or even myself. Sam is asking. Okay, Sam.
One of the codes. Do we have different versions of this particular disease, or why are we having the codes? I had that have some deep knowledge of the codes, the code column.
The code column.
Yeah.
So I think there's a difference between the metastatic one and a different one, because I was also trying to check, because I thought they should be international. It's a standard. So if I represent metastatic TNBC as 200, everyone in every single hospital, they get revised every year. But now the difference comes in if I used 9 and someone used 10, because you've seen there's 9 and 10 also. So I think I haven't looked at it keenly, but I don't think metastatic itself should have a difference in terms of progression. 9 and 10 having a difference because they get reviewed every year. But I'll check that and see again. I don't know why that column is there because I thought it should be the same, but I'll check and see. I'll check and see. But has anyone checked the unique values of that column? I only saw two of them. So maybe there's the TNBC and then the metastatic one. So I'm not sure, but I'll check and see. It might not be a relevant one, but I'll see.
Question?
Yeah. But thank you to always. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you very much, Diana. We
Right.
will ask you more questions
Yeah.
probably in the next session. Next, we're going to have Brian. He's going to take us through the whole Kaggle thing. I mean, I know most of us have worked on challenges on Kaggle, but we are here for beginners and like everybody. So if you have questions, feel free to ask, or feel free to see us later and ask. But it would be great if you can ask it right now so that every other person can benefit from it. Brian, do you want to go for it? Do you want me to share the other one? Or do you want to go through the slide first? Sure. Yes. You don't want to, I think these are also nice. Wait. We will do that. We will do that. It's fine. Then you can use this one.
Hi guys. So my name is Brian. Apologies, I am late, but I'm here. I was just right on time. So how many of us have interacted with Kaggle or know about Kaggle? by show of hands. I hope the guys online can also.
Yeah. Please just do a like. I like what yeah, even Clifton, I mean, you can raise, but I hope you're not having a question though. Yes, thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks,
Awesome.
guys. I see pretty much quite a number of you guys are well versed with Kaggle. So Kaggle is a learning platform. At the same time, it's a platform whereby competitions are hosted. So you can make use of Kaggle in quite a number of ways. Most especially for the data field, it's a very resourceful platform. So if you want to upskill in terms of getting to understand even the best coding practices, it's got a lot of resources. It's got repositories for codes and data you can play around with to just enhance your skill. Look at what the other guys are doing and borrow some of the coding concepts and best coding practices. So I'll jump right into what I'm supposed to take you guys through. I'm just doing a brief overview. So the WiDS Datathon 2024 is hosted on Kaggle. As I mentioned earlier, is a platform for hosting competitions, this being one of those competitions. So I do not want to assume everyone is on Kaggle, everyone knows about Kaggle. So I believe for those folks who are new to Kaggle, that gives you some good overview. So if it's your first time hearing about Kaggle, or you've heard about Kaggle, but then you haven't been able to create an account due to one or two reasons, this is now the time for us to go through the steps. So number one, you need to log on to the Kaggle site. So it's kaggle.com. And then you need to create an account, but I'll just do a demo of that in a while. Create an account, and then there's a provision for you to create your profile. So once you're done with the profile, there'll be a couple of competitions, not necessarily just WiDS, but our specific focus is on WiDS. So you get to search the WiDS Datathon 2024 under competitions, or if you had registered on the global WiDS site, I'm sure you got a link that directs you to Kaggle. So once you click on the link, you get to see where the competition is. There are a couple of tabs with a lot of information regarding the challenge and useful resources as well. So you'll get to just read through. There's the overview tab, there's the data tab, code, models, discussion leaderboard, and rules. So the overview is just as the word in itself goes, just gives you like a general understanding and a background of why the Datathon, the kind of data set you are going to use, the partners, and so on and so forth. Whatever you're also required to do, like your task. There's also a provision for the competition prizes and awards, where you can just peruse through and see. It's pretty much rich in terms of the information. So the data tab now directs you to where you can get now the data sets to download. So we have 3 sets of data. Number one, we have the training data set, and then we have the testing data set, and we have a sample submission solution. So there are 3. So you can download those and then work on the task. But something key here to note is that you have to join the competition. That's one. Number 2, you have to accept the rules of the competition, so that you, in the event that you are successful in terms of being position 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, that's, you must have met those criteria for you to be given an award. And I'm hopeful that this year we will be among the top 5, so that at least one of the awards comes from Kenya. Yeah, the next thing will be now work on the task, and then you submit your predictions. You have a threshold of up to 15 submissions per day, so you can keep on submitting. I understand your first submission might not really be that good, but as you keep on working on your codes, working on your algorithms, trying a couple of things here and there, tweaking the data sets, uncovering hidden patterns to inform you on what steps to take next to improve the performance of a model. You get good results. So per day, we have roughly about 15 submissions, but sure, 15 times approximately 30 days. Those are how quite a number. So yeah. So this is now the Kaggle platform.
Gladys, can you actually see the new screen that I'm sharing? People online, if you can see. Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, so this is the Kaggle platform. So I'll just take us through what I was demonstrating and then good. So how many of us have not created an account on Kaggle? By show of hands. Guys online, if you haven't created a Kaggle account, you can raise your hand. Oh, we have 1, 2. Who else? Clinton. Is it Clinton or Clifton?
Clifton, your hand is raised actually, since we were asking something about like account creation or what? Okay.
Yeah.
Have you created account though? Liv? Okay. So should we
If you are talking, you're on mute.
account?
Yeah, this is someone says account, it's Millicent's account, but
has already registered, has already created the account. So if you haven't created account, what you need to do is just to go to kaggle.com. Can you hear it? You have to just go to kaggle.com. It will show you, you will appear there as nobody, like they don't know you. Then the way you created your Gmail account, you can create your Kaggle account. And you can even use your Google details to create what? Your Kaggle account. So from there, we will have all created. And if you want, you can even do it right here with us. So at the end, right? So that we go from the next step after account creation. So we will have these different tabs.
Yeah. So we'll have the different tabs. We have the overview. That's what I was just explaining a few minutes ago. With the details.
Yeah, that's the Wi-Fi for those of us. Yes, it's visible actually.
Yeah, it's a nice 615 KP.
Yeah. Yeah, very visible.
Yeah, the registration details to the global WiDS. If you haven't registered, there's a provision here as well. Then the overview of the data set, the challenge, why this is important. If you have any questions with regard to this challenge, the provisions and email, and then there's also the WiDS global website whereby you can get more information on the Datathon and even explore the WiDS worldwide website to understand in great depth what WiDS is all about, global WiDS partners, ambassadors, and all those. Here, the acknowledgements to the partners who provided the dataset for this year. And then it's very clear as well on how our models will be evaluated. So they're using the area under the curve For those of us who are beginners, perhaps this might be quite a new term, but don't worry, we will call you. Submission format. There are details to do the submission format, and then they've also explained a bit on the leaderboard standings, how they are gonna be vetting you on the leaderboard. And we have a very useful section here, tutorials and resources. This is where you will get very useful materials to help you in the datathon, as well as get to see how other people have done this and borrow from industry experts. Most especially this tutorial on predicting timely diagnosis of this kind of breast cancer is very specific to this kind of challenge. Yeah, recordings for upskilling. This is for the past workshops and the team formation guidelines as well. But we are gonna delve deeper into that after this or the next session later. So we'll get to discuss more on that. And we have suggestions for teams, awards, and recognition. These are just the elements I've touched through in my overview and the timelines. So these are very key. All we are doing starting from today up to February ends on 28th or 29th. Yeah, somewhere there. We are guided by these timelines. So we need to ensure that we are in line with this and working within this. And something that is exciting as well and of great value, I'm sure all of us is this year for the first time, we are going to be issued with certificates. So if you register, join the competition, accept the rules, do a submission, at the end of it, you'll get a certificate of participation. This is very key. This is very key for us who are in the industry, understand that. So I hope all of us long towards receiving this certificate at the end of this engagement. For citation purposes, it's very important to acknowledge the people behind this. So this is the citation, the format of citation that all of us should use in our notebooks. If you want to share your work after the competition, if you are to share your work elsewhere or just send to someone to refer, you have to acknowledge this. And if you have to make use of notebooks that are in this section for the code, please also be kind enough and ethical to appreciate the work that other people have done. So it's good practice to just cite. But there are a couple of notebooks here. They're very good resources. You can make use of them, not copying as is. The spirit is to look at what someone has done, improve on it. Yeah.
The point there is like, for those of us, especially beginners in the field, you don't have to create like
You don't have to start
from scratch. You can just implement somebody's and you improve on it, right? So this is always something interesting with Kaggle. There are a bunch of notebooks there that can get you at least started, including WiDS starter code. So WiDS has already provided us with some code to get us started. So yeah, and that's pretty much all about it. Right, so this is where Brian was telling you, if you haven't, so we talked about those of us who have created Kaggle account, and nearly everybody has created, which is perfect. So those of us who have signed up to the challenge, like how many of us have signed up to this challenge? If you have a Kaggle and you have signed up, please show of hands. Nearly everyone. People online, have you signed up for the challenge? Cool, awesome. So if you haven't signed up to this challenge, yes, you've registered with us, but you need to register. Would you post that link on the chat? I think you should. Diana, are you online as well? Jennifer Mukami, would you post the link, registration link to the, so there is registration, oh, there is this, it is here, right? So you have to register with WiDS to participate in that challenge. So I'm just going to drop it chat window. But for those of us who have this one, if you have created a Kaggle account, right?
Yeah.
Are they able to see the challenge?
So you have to, you can see the challenge, yes.
But
then
we've
you have to
been
register.
sending this link, this registration link, we sent it on the email that we sent to you guys. We have that link in there, and please register yourself. This is how the form looks like, right? Register yourself, yeah, some details, submit, then they will send you immediately a link to the challenge where the challenge is hosted. So please do register. And then after registration, I think next is just information and just carrying with the competition.
Yeah.
Any question about this?
I think before questions, I've seen something else here that perhaps if necessary. Here you have to input your Kaggle username. So for those of us who are new to Kaggle, I'll demonstrate that with an account.
Kaggle username is found here, right?
Yeah. So hers is Millicent, and you can see the case of the username. There's an uppercase M, the O is uppercase. So that's what you put as your Kaggle username on the other end. The rules. So these rules, you have to accept them for you to be eligible for the awards, yeah, and even the certificate. The submission. Who will sign the certificate?
Yeah, I mean, be precise. Everything you have to say precise.
Okay, so the certificate will be signed by the WiDS worldwide president.
Yeah.
So I think it's a very key thing, and that's why she was insisting I have to mention that.
It's encouraging to
to
know that so that we can participate.
Yeah. So as I wrap up on this session, in the event you have any questions, I am here to help in terms of navigating Kaggle. After this, we have our WhatsApp group. I want to believe majority of you are in the group, but in the event you haven't joined the group yet, we are going to post the WhatsApp link on Teams. And for those of us who are here, I think I can just send it. For those of us who are here, we will project that later, and then you can join the group. But you are so much welcome. I am looking forward to this. If you have any questions, please drop us in the chats, WhatsApp, and all the available platforms. You're also on LinkedIn. Thank you
very much. Do we have questions about Kaggle and registration and so forth? Yeah. Perfect. So is that the one you wanted? This one, right? The link this is the link you're talking about.
That's the WhatsApp, the link to the WhatsApp WiDS Kenya.
Yeah, but yeah, don't worry, we will give you the link and you'll be able to join the community. If you don't want to join WhatsApp, you can also join our Slack channel. Jen, I'll just hand it over to you really quick. So we are going to take 15 minutes for this. Yeah, then we come back, right? Welcome, Jen. Thank you.
Thank you. So, hi everyone. Yeah, my name is Jane, and since this is a networking session, I think it is nice that you also know about me. Yeah.
Yes.
So, my name is Jane Mutoka. I am a data scientist, and I'm also a student here at the University of Nairobi. My background is in statistics. Don't worry why I'm here. Yeah, so yeah, that has been my journey. I've been doing my undergraduate degree in statistics, and I'm in the process of figuring out how I'm going to grow my skills and as well incorporate my degree there. So yeah.
You are in the right track because Millicent here did Bachelor's of Science in Applied Statistics in Moi University. And statistics is one of the keyest things we need in data science. Yeah. So it's a good thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I know we have amazing stories.
You need the next screen?
No, just we have amazing stories about our background and what we are doing, different fields. We are from different fields, different backgrounds. So I think it is also nice that we have a moment to share about all that. Yeah. Yeah. So in this session, you're going to grab some drinks right there. And then I think you can choose whoever you want to interact with, but I would prefer the person seated next to you. And maybe you'll have to share your different stories, yeah? Okay, so with that, you can head over there, grab your drinks, come and enjoy this session. If you also want to interact with me, pleasure. Yeah, I'll be, so thank you so much.
10 minutes now, right?
Yeah. 10 to 15 minutes, yeah.
You've already taken 5.
Okay, we can do it just 10 minutes, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
So this is actually really important because here we are going to work out this problem as a group. Okay, you can do it yourself. You know, there are some people, no, I cannot work with somebody. But it's good to like form teams and work together. So we can be in teams of 4. We are going to talk about team formation later, but it's good to know your neighbor because we are going to do this as a team. Somebody from JPAT, meet somebody from UN, and let's just be friends and let's work together. Also, my folks over the other side, virtual, we can also just network here. A lot of people do this because just we are like very so that's also this. please, you let us know whether you want to form teams by yourselves or if you want us to assign you to a team. What's going to happen is after you've formed your teams, you will just let us know just via email. See, everybody has this WiDS community email, right? The one that you received from us, right? The email alias that you received from us. So you will send us you will just choose a team lead, and then they will send us your name, so that we keep a record, because we have to ensure that everybody has a team. So with that, do we have like people who have already formed teams already? Like, do you have a team already?
Not yet.
You're still there alone in Kaggle. Do you want to participate with somebody?
Yes, I would love to.
Okay. All right. I think we'll all find things. Brian, do you want to present the thing? Okay. So Brian is going to take us through team formation, what we call team formation for WiDS Datathon.
Okay, guys, I'm back again. I hope it's not boring. Yeah, so I'll take us through the team formation. It's good practice to encourage everyone to be a team, because even in the industry setup, there's a lot of collaboration, and get to work in teams to get to deliver the organizational objectives. Maybe you're working on a product, so you require input from different teams. So, and that's why we encourage working in teams. This is not an exception, so we would like guys to work in teams. And the rules here are that a team is of a maximum of 4 people. And in the team, we have to have at least half of the people in the team as members who identify as women. So if the team has got 2 males, we need to have 2 females. So that's number 1. And then these are just part of the team formation tips. One of the ways in which you can form a team, or possible ways you can easily get into a team, is through such forums like this workshop. So here, I'm sure we've networked a bit, you know your neighbor. I hope you ask them whether they are in a team or not. If they are not in a team, possibly you strike a conversation on how you can team up and collaborate together. But that said, the other option on how you can get into a team, if you're not into one, our WhatsApp group, did we share that by chat?
Yeah, we will share that.
We will still share in our WhatsApp group. You can just drop.
Do you want to share on this chat window link to our WhatsApp? Jennifer Mukami, please share that. Then we'll also share it via the email. All of these guys are not.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Yeah. So you can drop a chat in the WhatsApp group requesting to get guys to form a team with you. The other option also is through now the Global WiDS Slack channel. So Global WiDS has got a Slack channel that the WiDS, the participant of WiDS, and even the ambassadors all over the world, and the WiDS global founders are part of that. So there are channels in the Slack. So there's a channel for team member finding. If you get into that channel, you will find people have created posts on team membership. I need a team member, and so on and so forth. People have introduced themselves and requested guys to follow them on LinkedIn, have further conversations on teaming up, and so on and so forth. So after that, it would be important for you guys to work in a structured manner. So the expectation is that the team will have a team lead. And this team lead is the one who will have the responsibility of creating that team on Kaggle as well. I think I missed out on this. The team lead will have the responsibility of creating the team on Kaggle. And the team lead will be the only person who will have that privilege to invite now the other members on Kaggle to join the team. So something else I forgot to mention is that on Kaggle, you have to join the team. And any submission you make, any of the 4 members of, if any of you makes a submission, it goes as a submission for the team and not an individual. And once you're in a team, you are not allowed to get out of the team. Like, can't get out of the team for purposes of this. You will be in that team until the competition is over. So I thought that was very key for me to point out as well. And then we'll request that now the team lead emails to us. This is the WiDS 254 email. We request that the team lead will email us the membership of the team name plus the membership, just for our record keeping purposes and any other needs that might arise. So yeah, I think now we need to get to know who is in a team, who is not in a team, and get to help those who are not in the teams to get into teams. So for those of us who are here and online as well, if you don't have a team, kindly raise up your hand. If you don't have a team.
Guys, we can form teams here because I'm also trying to form teams with people online. It is very easy. Like, we just becoming friends and we're just forming teams. You can have a class. Guys, people do managing form teams, right? Because it's usually very easy.
Are you in a team? You're not in a team. You guys can team up.
Yeah.
Who else is not in a team?
2 ladies, 2 gents in one team.
She's not in a
They
team.
can be all
Yes.
ladies.
Yeah. And you're also open to bring your friends, maybe your colleagues who are interested. Yeah. Your networks or meetings, those interested, bring them to join the conversation. Yeah. So we have 1, 2, 3. Wait, are you in a team? You're not in a team? Did you raise your hand? Those who are not in any team. Perhaps inside. You're not in a team. Okay, so you're not in a team. You're not in a team. Are you in a team? Yes, our company. Yes. I am hoping that.
If it's okay already, please don't do it.
Yes.
Only so I'm already asking you, right? I'm already asking only if you want to be the same team. Check my chat only. you will see that I've added you to please Diana and his team.
You can work
Right?
with this guy. You assess him, her, and
Now, we need
what's your name?
so would you like to be the
Faith
lead
Kennedy.
to this team? We need please
Mas-
just to prepare the chat.
Faith Kennedy,
Thank you very
Timothy,
much,
Marcy.
Diana.
Marcy, you guys are in another team.
We need
You have a team.
to lead the team.
Yes. I know you are managing a team like this. So we have, what's his name? Fidel.
We need to lead the team. It's not going to Diana. Diana, can you lead the team? Diana, you know? Just making sure that, so let's see. Yeah, we know. Well, it doesn't cover.
We already have a team.
Like to be Since we are almost out of time, I'm going to ask us to like do the final thing, which is then we can go on with this information later. Oh, okay, sorry, Clifton. So just give me 1 second. So do you mind if we close, then we can now have the rest of the time for ourselves. We just have to end
That's fine.
So guys, let's have this final session to end the, so I'm just going to call Sam to lead us to the very last, then we can go on with our team formation. Yeah, we'll get to know where we will go to next, and I mean, what are our next steps from here? And yeah, I mean, Samuel Kaggle, please go for it. Yes.
Yes. So my name is Samuel Kigo, part of the team organizing this event. Mine here is just one minute thing.
Later. Can we focus?
Okay, no, maybe they are for me things, yeah, which is still allowed. So yes, I'm also a data scientist, and it's been a pleasure working with everyone here. And I want to thank especially Microsoft for hosting us. This is not the first time. They are so kind to us. So they are part of the partners. And then we also partner with Mari, where Millicent is. That is Microsoft Africa Research Institute.
Yeah.
Then we're also partnering with Garage, Lydia. This year we'll also be partnering with University of Nairobi. So Jane will talk about that. It will be happening on Friday. So I will now meet the domain experts, the medical field, so that as you work on the use case, you're able to understand the data in that field, because I think it makes more sense when you understand. It's like what Diana said about the codes. For me, I had seen them, I didn't know what they meant. But you know, when you have the understanding of the data, it's better for you. And also to thank ambassadors. They are represented here, not all of them, but we have Millicent, we have Diana, we have Brian, I've seen Jen. Others are virtually connecting. And next week, maybe invite Jen. Yeah. Tell us more about what do we expect and where. Thank you so much. I'd also extend my gratitude to all of you for making it work and having time to come. We can't have an event without you guys. Thank you.